Believe it or not, every one of us possesses psychic abilities, but just need practice and guidance on enhancing these skills. Think back to a time where you found yourself unable to ignore a strong gut instinct about a situation, or a time where you could have sworn you felt the unshakable presence of a loved one in spirit. Almost all of these bizarre experiences that we dismiss because we can't believe it actually happened, actually have incredibly profound meanings. Think of it like radio waves. Spiritual data is constantly being transmitted around us, so it's really just a matter of learning how to tune into it. We have the ability to utilize all the Clair Senses to allow us to tune into higher realms and receive messages from spirit. This includes loved ones, spirit strangers, or even guardian angels. While it is rare for an individual to possess all Clair Senses, most of us are naturally attuned to one or two of these senses over the rest. The Clair Senses are types of psychic abilities that relate with the 5 senses of seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, and tasting. To help you determine what your dominant clairs are, let me explain what they are and how our preferred senses shape our lives. Here are the definitions of 9 clairs or psychic abilities. Clairvoyance, intuitive seeing. The ability to see or have visions through the third eye. Ability to see visions past or present as mental flashes of objects, scenes, people, spirit, events, symbols, and colors. It's the ability to see without the use of eyes is called clairvoyance. Clairaudience, intuitive hearing. The ability to hear messages from the spirit realm. Messages are being transmitted directly into your mind. At times you may hear a non-descriptive voice call your name or a mix of voices like listening to a radio. These voices or tones exist beyond the limitations of ordinary space and time. Clairempathy, intuitive sensing emotion. The ability to sense or feel emotions of other people or spirit. Empathetic mediums can sense their happiness, joy, enthusiasm, frustration, pride, sadness, anger, and fear. Clairsentience, intuitive sensing feeling. The ability to feel the positive and negative vibrations of people, animals, and places. It's the ability of an individual who's able to feel the physical and emotional pain in areas where painful events took place. They can also feel emotions such as jealousy, insecurity, fear, or others' physical pain. These feelings are transferred by spirit to the recipient and are undoubtedly different from your own feelings. Clairaliance, intuitive sense of smell. The ability to smell a fragrance or aroma that is being transmitted by the spirit. You could be smelling cigarettes or pipe tobacco from a spirit who smoked when was in physical form, or from a deceased relative who used it as a sign of their presence around us. It can also be related to the spirit who is sending the message through transmitting the aroma of the person's favorite perfume. Clairtangency, intuitive knowing by touch or feeling. This is also known as psychometry. The ability to receive a message by touching or holding an object in your hands. The clairtangent holds the object and in doing so knows information about the object or its owner. This is due to the object having its own personal vibration of the owner in the composition or material of the item. You can tell the personality of the owner and perhaps see, hear, or feel situations that are going on around the person, past or present. Clairtangency can also apply to touching a living being. Clairgustance, intuitive tasting. The ability to taste something that isn't actually there. This experience usually comes out of the blue when a deceased loved one is attempting to communicate a memory or association we have with a particular food or beverage that reminds us of them. Claircognizance, intuitive knowledge, the ability to have knowledge of people or events without any physical explanation or knowledge about it. Spirit passes on information from the past or the future that simply pops into our minds from out of nowhere. An example of this would be a premonition, a forewarning of something that will happen in the future. Claircognizance requires tremendous faith because there's often no practical explanation for why we suddenly know something. Many philosophers, professors, doctors, scientists, religious and spiritual leaders tend to be highly intuitive and seem to just know the facts with a sense of certainty. Clairtextion, intuitive touch, the ability to feel touched by a spiritual being or entity and the knowing of information about that spirit. This means that the clairtactient may touch a person physically or remotely without touching him or her, like in case of distance healing. The person being touched will, if aware enough, be able to identify where he or she is being touched and the nature of the touch. Once you are aware of your psychic abilities or Clair Senses and the different ways you can connect with spirit, a door is opened which allows us to connect and communicate on a much deeper level. This also gives us powerful guidance between realms, which will assist you in creating a meaningful and magical spiritual journey. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed.